How's it going, everybody? We've got a new poll from the old school RuneScape team, so let's go ahead and vote in this poll. So, this is the top 10 general suggestions for the month of quality of life. It's the final poll we're getting in the month of quality of life, so hopefully these will be good questions. They did a developer blog for these questions, so I'll be providing a link to my video for that at the end of this video. So let's start off with question 1. Should it be possible to choose which bosses you face in the Nightmare Zone Rumble mode for an additional cost of 20,000 coins? The party owner would choose which bosses will appear, and the additional cost will be halved for any party owners with maximum quest points. I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. I think that's a relatively good quality of life update. Next, question 2. Should the team that loses a Castle Wars game be rewarded with 1 ticket for their efforts? Regardless of whether or not this change passes, they will be preventing the tickets from being gained by hopping worlds from game to game. Now I can see why the old school RuneScape team want this to happen. Castle Wars is one of the more fun minigames, and unfortunately it has a very low population. And they would hope that this would help increase the population because more people will be able to get the rewards from the game without having to win constantly. However, the nostalgic player inside of me is saying, no, it should stay as it is. It's always been like that throughout all of RuneScape's history. And in a way, it will devalue the people that have already got the Castle Wars items, especially the higher, more expensive tier items. So for that reason, the nostalgic player inside of me is really saying, vote no to this. So I'm going to go ahead and vote no. Next, question 3. When making your way to the Dagon Kings, you currently need 2 players to open doors at the start of the cave. Should it be possible to drop a pet rock in place of another player in order to get through alone? Now again, I understand why they're asking this. A lot of people are trying to play this game solo, especially now we've got things like Iron Man. It kind of requires a lot of the content to be solo. However, there's something that I really like about being forced in as a pair or more, and I really like the idea that it's encouraging us to play as a group. So again, I'm going to go ahead and vote no. Next, question 4. Should it be made possible to own each type of damaged prayer book following the completion of the Horror from the Deep, rather than having to complete one at a time? It would also be possible to own multiple copies of the same completed prayer book. I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. That seems like a nice quality of life update that won't really have a huge impact on the way that we play. Next, question 5. Should the left click option on Scrolls of Redirection be used rather than read? Now I personally don't use Scroll of Redirections. I don't have any major opinions on this, so I believe that this is going to be the first question I'm going to skip. Question 6. Should the gate directly to the east of Varrock, which leads to the dig site, be opened once you have achieved the maximum kudos in the Varrock Museum? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. It gives you a small incentive to actually get kudos up in the museum. I remember when the museum first came out and I tried to get all the kudos, and I was being told that there's this kudos island that I can go to, and that's never been released. In fact, it would be amazing if they could release that, but in the meantime, this update will be great. Next, question 7. Should a fairy ring be added to outside of the lighthouse found north of Barbarian Assault? I don't really see any reason to do this, but then again, I don't see any reason not to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. It's not as if it's hard to get to Barbarian Assault, so this will just be an added way of getting there. Question 8. In the Stronghold of Security, you must answer a question at each door in order to pass. Should these questions be removed once you've completed the Stronghold so you can get through quickly? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. Seems like a small quality of life update that will really help out if you're going into the Stronghold of Security. I must admit I've not been to the Stronghold of Security for a while, however I think things like Anku Slayer tasks tend to get me down there. Next, question 9. It's only possible to cast a Lunar Vengeance spell once every 30 seconds. Should the Vengeance spell icon within the Lunar spellbook be greyed out when you cannot cast it due to this time limit? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. That'll be a nice visual cue and a really nice quality of life update for people using the Vengeance spell. And like I said in my developer blog video, if there's any other spell that has this sort of cooldown time, I think we should add this feature to those spells. Finally, question 10. When using the bypass option found on Shanty in the Shanty Pass, you are asked to confirm your purchase. Should this confirmation be removed to speed up the buying of a Shanty Pass? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. It's not particularly something people misclick a lot, and it's not particularly expensive if they do end up doing it. I'm going to go ahead and submit my vote, and then we can see what the results of this poll are. So far we've had 23,225 votes. 92.5% want it to be possible to choose which bosses you face in Nightmare Zone Rumble mode. 95% want to give a ticket to the losing team in a Castle Wars game. 91.3% want to get to the Dagon Kings without having to go through with a partner. 85.9% want it to be possible to have more than one of each type of damaged prayer book. 86% want the left click option on scrolls of redirection to be used rather than read. 94.5% want the gate directly east of Varrock to be open once they've achieved maximum kudos in the Varrock Museum. 89.7% want a fairy ring to be added just outside of the lighthouse found north of Barbarian Assault. 96.8% want the questions to be removed once they've completed the Strongholds of Security when trying to go through the Strongholds of Security. 90.4% want the Vengeance spell icon to be disabled when they cannot cast a Vengeance spell. And 96% want the bypass option found on Shanty in the Shanty Pass to not have a confirmation when trying to buy Shanty Pass. This is a very interesting general quality of life poll. None of these updates are actually failing, and I think it's very interesting to note that they're all passing significantly. Most of them are in 85 plus territory, and many of them are in the 90s plus. We've even got some more than 95%. I know that I didn't vote yes to all of these, however I don't think they're particularly game breaking, and I think I can live with all of these updates. If you've not voted in this poll yet, please make sure you go ahead and vote. You've only got until Monday before this poll closes, so do it quickly. This is a community game, and every single update that goes into the game is voted on by us, the community. If you want to watch my video on the latest old school RuneScape update, please click here for Dragon Claws and the 3rd birthday. And if you want to watch my video on the developer blog for this poll, please click here. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with the old school RuneScape updates, death box and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.